So, coming back from Tribal, I voted out Ned. I mean, I only did it because, well, I believed going far into the game with him would have been dangerous. But I think looking back at it, I could have potentially just voted out Jim because Jim, going deep in the game with Jim would have also been dangerous. So, long term, I don't know if I want to work with Jim. But I just voted out Ned because I thought he was going to be too much of a threat. Okay, you said you would explain. Well, I just need to know, like, did you really care about Ned? Not particularly, but I mean, going forward, I could have used them as numbers. I mean, I can't really trust Jim or Phoebe. That's why I just didn't want them to go home. I mean, understandable. I mean, the reason why I did it was because I didn't trust Ned, and I knew going deep into the game with him would have been dangerous. Yeah, but going deep into the game with Jim and Phoebe would have also been dangerous. I understand that. All I'm just like, we still have the numbers. Like, if we go into the merge now, we still have a 6-4 advantage, tribe advantage over them. I mean, yeah, I get that, but I might not trust you. Well, I think you still can because I have nothing really against you. So, Mike says that he only voted Ned out because of the threat he posed to, well, the overall game, and I understand that. The only reason why I wanted Mike to vote with me and Ned was because, well, potentially once we get to the merge, if the merge is coming up this round, I could have used him as a number, and if Mike is still willing to trust me, I guess I can still work with him, but, you know, I might not be able to fully, like 100% trust him anymore. Okay, so, you guys are probably wondering why you're here, but first things first, Te Waka, getting your first look at the new Te Ika tribe. Ned, voted out at last night's tribal council. Okay, drop your buffs. We are merging. Making it to the merge is honestly a very good feeling. I thought I would make it here. I've been on like a kind of dramatic journey. So now with 10 people on one island, it's going to make it hard to know who you can trust, and that's what I think I'll struggle with. But I think for the early parts of the merge, I'm just going to stick with the people who I trust. Your new tribe name will be Wedu. You will be representing the colour light blue. Alright, here's a map to your tribe. Head on out. Well, here we are. Congratulations, guys. Should we do introductions? I think we know who most of each other are, but should we just do introductions anyway? I guess so. I'll start. Hi, I'm Phoebe. I'm Jim. I'm Marjorie. Hey guys, I'm Lucas. I'm Sarah. I'm Carl. I'm Lindsay. I'm Mike. I'm Lena. And I'm Steve. Okay, so I guess we have to build a new shelter, so we might as well just make it simple, I guess. Yep, I guess so. Making it to the merge is pretty good. I didn't have to actually do much. But now I'm stuck in a position where I don't know who I can trust. I know for a fact, I think my first target's going to be Steve. I don't trust him. I know he's going to be a big threat. But the problem with that is that Lucas and Sarah, two people I trust, are willing to trust him. And if I want them out, that means I might have to work with the one person I don't actually really trust. And that's, well, Lena. Okay, so I don't trust you, you don't trust me, but I think we need to work with each other if we want to take Steve out. Okay, well, who have you had in mind in trying to get onto our side? Well, we can try and get Sarah and Lucas on board. I don't think we'll get Carl on board, so I guess that just leaves Mike, Phoebe and Jim, and Lindsay. Well, I might have Lindsay, I might have Mike. So we've got a 4, and so we only need 2 more. Okay, so if we need Steve out, I'm willing to do that. So Marjorie is willing to trust me, which is great. And we want to take Steve out. I'm all good with that. Steve to me is probably the biggest threat in my opinion. He's under the radar, which is scary because he's strategic. He's got a good game plan, and people seem to like him. So we might have a 4. We just need 2 more. I don't really know who those 2 are going to be. So at the moment, I feel like I'm in a comfortable position, but at the same time, this is a merge, and I feel like I will be getting targeted early on. But I have an idol, so there's no need for me to really be stressing out right now. Okay, are we a 4? Yep, yep, yep. But we need Marjorie, right? Yep, we can get Marjorie. Next door puts us at a 5 to 5. But I don't think. I can actually get Jim and Phoebe on board. That will give us a strong 7. Okay. Who's our first target? I mean, that's a difficult one. So it's between Lena, Mike, and Lindsay. What do you guys think? Well, my preference is Lena, but I don't want to overlook the other two anyway. I mean, Mike has a good game plan, but I think Lena, honestly. Okay, so we just try and get Lena out. So I have an opportunity to make a 7-person alliance. And the good thing about that 7-person alliance is I'll have 2 sides. You've got the 2 sides of Marjorie, Lucas, and Sarah, which once we get to final 7, I could go with, or I could go with my original tribe members, and go with Carl, Jim, and Phoebe. So at the moment, I'm sitting in a very comfortable position. But I know from last season that people who are really good at aggressive players like Dan and Ken got voted out. They got voted out and they didn't make it to the end. So I need to keep my eyes open for a potential rise up against me. So are we still going to be a duo? Yep. And we've got Marjorie as well. I'm a duo with her, so we've got a strong 3 here. Cool. So what do you think about Steve's plan? Honestly, I think we should go through with it. I mean, I know Lena's trying to, get me to trust her again, but now that I think about it, I don't want to buy that. I mean, she tried to, betray me and stuff. That's just a bit dumb for me to want to work with her. Yeah, I know. And she's got, Lindsay as well. I don't really, have anything against her, but we can't trust those two. And then Mike, I know he was in, our original alliance and all, but he's a big threat. Yep. So I think it's got a pretty good run to the final 7, and then with Marjorie as well, we can try and make something happen. So I feel like I'm in a very good position. I've got options all around me. Well, not really, but once I get to final 7, I will. I feel confident that I'll get there and maybe past it as well, because by then I think my only real competition will be probably Carl and Phoebe, but I'm pretty sure I have them beat hands down in immunity challenges, and I have good opportunities to make it further with Sarah and Marjorie and take this thing all the way to the final 3, and then maybe win from there. So I still struggle in this game with my trust issues because I don't know who to trust. I mean, Steve seems to be a big game player, and I don't know if going long term with him would be good, but I don't trust Lena, because if I feel like if I don't work with Steve and I work with Lena, that could be bad. But at the same time, if she is genuine and we had a good friendship going earlier in the game, we could reunite that and go really far into the game with her. And my gut tells me to not trust her, but my brain is saying that you might need to reconsider. And that, I don't really like that. So, what was your tribe like? I mean, it was pretty good. We weren't really in a comfortable position at all though, we survived, so that's good. I did play an idol. You had an idol? Yeah, I had an idol, and I played it for me, and we got rid of Liz. Oh, cool. So, what was your tribe like? Well, we haven't gone to tribal. I felt like I wasn't looked upon as a threat or anything, which was good. But Steve is coming up with a big plan. He's kind of got Sarah and Lucas on board with it, and we feel like if you join, we'll have a 7-person alliance. Whoa, Jesus, yeah, 7-person alliance. We take this thing all the way to final 7, and then me, you, and you two, and Steve could go a long way. Yeah, well, good point. So I decided to take it upon myself to try and get Jim and Phoebe to flip. I feel like they will because, well, who else have they talked to, right? And I trust them, and I feel like if they do work with us and we take this thing to the final 7, and then we take this thing to the final 4 with Steve, and then we take Steve out, that would be great, because at the moment I like Steve, but I feel like going to the end with Jim and Phoebe will be just a little bit more fun, because I like those two. So, I mean, I like Carl, I like Phoebe, I want to go through with this plan, but, I worked with Mike last Tribal Council, and Mike's not, well, I don't think is really part of this group, I might be able to form a good alliance with Mike, but I don't know if that will really stand because I think Mike is also a big threat, and going long term with him might be a bit dangerous, but I still need to think about, is it the smartest move? And the idol's out here as well. I want to find that as well, and I feel like being in the 7-person alliance might be an interesting cover for that, because no one will predict if I'm in a 7-person alliance. No one will see somebody like me who's in a good position looking for the idol, right? But yeah, I think there's going to be a little bit of thinking about this. So now that I've made it to the merge, I need to start thinking independently. I mean, I still want to work with Jim, but if he's not willing to go through with this 7-person alliance, I think it is, I'll just go through with it. I don't need to follow him all the time, because I feel like the 7-person alliance is a smart thing, and I feel like that could be pretty good for my game because, well, being in alliances is how you survive, and I think I need to be in a solid alliance. And I trust Carl. I don't really know if I trust Steve, but I'm willing to work with him. And yeah, I feel like going through with this is a good plan. So if Jim doesn't go through with it, I'm just not going to follow him. Are you ready to get to your first individual immunity challenge of the season? Yeah. Okay. First things first, you are no longer playing for tribal immunity. This is now what you covet in this game. With this around your neck, there is no better feeling in the world than to walk in with tribal with this around your neck. Okay, for today's challenge, you can each balance on one of these pedestals. If you lean too far to left or right, you will then fall off. The last person standing will win immunity, safe from a bolt. Losers tribal council where somebody will be the 7th person voted out for this game and the first member of our jury. Okay, we'll draw for spots and we'll get started. Okay, everyone is in position and this challenge is on. This will be quite a difficult challenge for our first individual immunity challenge. This is all about balance. If you can't balance, this might not be your challenge. Ooh, very early on, Marjorie can't balance. She's out of this challenge. We are down to 9. And only moments later, Steve falls. He's the next person out of this challenge. We are quite quickly down to 8 people left. You've been going for 5 minutes. Mike falls. He's the next person out of this challenge. And only seconds later, Sarah falls. We are down to 6. Our remaining 6 people are Jim, Lena, Phoebe, Lucas, Carl, and Lindsay. You guys have been going for 15 minutes. Congratulations, you guys have been going for 20 minutes. Lindsay falls. And Jim falls. We are down to 4. Our final 4 competitors have been staying strong this entire challenge. Our 4 remaining people have been going for 30 minutes. Congratulations. Phoebe falls. She's out of this challenge. Oh, and Carl falls. He's the next person out of this challenge. We're down to Lena and Lucas. There has been literally no movement from any of these players. You've been going for 45 minutes. Lena looks like she's starting to lean a little bit too far to one side. Lena is trying really hard to stay in this challenge. Lena has a good recovery. But Lucas falls off, meaning Lena wins the first immunity challenge of the season. Congratulations, Lena, on winning immunity. Guaranteed spot in the final 9. As for the rest of you, tribal council tonight with somebody will be the 7th person voted out of this game and the first member of the jury. It will not be you. Alright, grab your stuff, head back to camp, and see you tonight. Winning feels great. Honestly, it feels amazing. I have an idol, I have this necklace, I'm making it at least to final 8, and I reckon I did actually have a target on my back. So that now puts anybody else in the dust. I don't really care, because I'm safe. And tonight, if everything goes according to plan, Steve will be going home. Winning immunity sucks, especially because, well, I lost to Lena, and that's somebody who we thought we would try and vote out. So it's now between Mike and Lindsay on who we get rid of next. Well, that certainly could have gone a whole lot better. Yep, so what do we do now? Well, Mike or Lindsay, people, who do we get rid of? In my opinion, Mike. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Sure. Okay, Mike it is. Either winning for me isn't the end of the world. We've got Mike or Lindsay as a backup. People want Mike out, and if he is a big threat, then I don't mind him going, to be honest. I don't really have much to do with him either. So, I'm fine with it. Hopefully we can get 7 people to do this, and I'm controlling the game from there. So, yeah, I'm fine with winning. It doesn't really affect my game. It might if we get in a final 8 situation where she wins as well. That might be bad because we have to turn on everybody. But at the moment, I'm okay with it winning it. You guys. Alright. Hey Mike, what do you want? Well, so did you know how before the tribe swap, it was me, you two, we had Marjorie, and that was and Ned as well, but it's gone, but we had like a 5 going along. But you guys haven't actually spoken to me. Is that still going on? Sure. Yeah. Of course it is. That was pretty awkward, guys. You guys aren't wanting to get rid of me, are you? No? Nah, but you're fine. Okay, so who you guys voted for? Oh, we decided we're going to vote for Lindsay. We just don't really trust her. It was originally Lena, but we're going to vote for Lindsay now. Yeah, Lindsay. Okay. So Mike comes up to talk to us to say that he's concerned because we had a thing going on before the tribe swap, and he's wondering if that's still going along, but we haven't spoken to him. And then it kind of got a bit awkward, and I think we kind of butched it because now I have a feeling he might catch wind. They were trying to get rid of him, and that could be bad. If he is going to catch wind on the fact that we could be trying to vote him out, we might have to change our vote to Lindsay because Mike could go and look for an idol, and I don't want him to do that. So everything's escalating quite quickly. I went to go and talk to Sarah and Lucas, but they didn't really that conversation didn't really go anywhere because I feel like they were very awkward, which is ironic because I'm meant to be the awkward one. Guess I'm not anymore because I think they're coming to try and get me. So I need to try and make sure that doesn't happen, and so I need to make sure that I have the numbers. And to do that, I need to kind of get a good relationship with Jim and Phoebe so they don't flip. Okay, so I think the 6 of us should work together. But I don't trust those 2. Yeah, we don't really know what we're doing here, but we just asked to come here. Okay, hear me out. I think the other 4 are trying to come after me. And if I get voted out, it will leave all of you guys left. Because those 4 are kind of controlling everything. I mean, I think Steve might be, but Carl is probably not. So, just if we are going to work together, let's try not vote Carl out. Our idea is to vote Steve out. What do you guys think about that? I mean, we're fine with it. We kind of have a connection with him, but if he's a big threat, then we don't mind doing it. So I think the 6 of us should try and take them out. So Mike is panicking. He wants to take out Steve, but the 6 people he selected, they don't mix. It's very, I don't think anyone really trusts each other and stuff. I don't want to work with Jim and Phoebe. Jim and Phoebe don't really want to work with me. But if we come to the collective agreement that Steve is the biggest threat here, we might all vote for him. And honestly, I'll be fine with that. Okay, what did you want to talk about? So I know we're a diverse 6, and you might not trust Lindsay or anything, but I just need you 2 to work with me because I know for a fact that those 4 are voting me. How do you know that? Well, because I went up to talk to Lucas and Sarah, and they were very awkward. They were trying to it was a very fake conversation that I kind of picked up. I think you might be being a bit paranoid. Paranoid or not, if you don't vote with us, then I'm screwed. And I saved you guys at last tribal council. Yeah, you do bring up a good point. I feel like the 3 of us could work well together. Good. So, I don't know if the 6-person alliance would work because, I think Marjorie's willing to go with the 7. But even if she might not though at the same time, which, adds a bit of element to this vote tonight. But even if she doesn't, we have a majority of 6 with me, Jim, Sarah, Steve, Lucas and Carl. And I think that could be a strong 6. But Mike did save us. He makes a good point, and I feel like voting him out might not be a good thing. Maybe if they changed the vote, we could like potentially flip, but I don't know where Jim is really wanting to go with this. So what do you think? I don't know, he seemed a bit panicked to me. Yeah, he seemed that way to me, but at the same time, I feel like we should just go with Steve, Lucas, Carl, and Sarah. But maybe we could potentially try to make them vote for somebody else so Mike stays. I mean, yeah, that could be an option, but I feel like we shouldn't look past working with Mike because he did save us. True. Guys, we could be in trouble. What do you mean? Yeah, elaborate? Mike's caught on to our plan. How? We must have thought that maybe we were faking our conversation with him, which I kind of thought would happen, and now we've got to kind of we can either try and get people to flip, or we could potentially change our votes so Mike doesn't get too paranoid and look for the idol. I think he's really going to start looking for it. Hey guys, can we talk? Okay, so if you guys need 2 more votes, we can help. Elaborate? Well, if you think about it, if the 6 of us work together and we need to vote somebody out, we kind of just prefer you guys to vote, Lindsay over Mike. Why? Well, we kind of trust Mike, and if you need our votes, we need you guys to change your vote to Lindsay, otherwise we probably won't flip. Right, Phoebe? I mean, yeah, kind of. So, if we just simply vote Lindsay, you guys will flip? Yep. So what do you guys think? I mean, I guess so. Then we can go up to Mike and say, you kind of got all the message all wrong. We're voting Lindsay, definitely. And you guys can reassure him of that because I think he trusts you, and then he won't look for the idol. Perfect. Hey dude, are you okay? Yeah, I'm just a bit stressed, so I'm just calming down. So I know you kind of think we're voting for you, but it's kind of I think you got the wrong picture. We're voting Lindsay for sure. How do I know if we can trust you? Okay, their original plan was to vote for you, but we kind of talked them out of it. Okay, well, I guess I can trust you. Phoebe and Jim, can I talk to you for a second? Sure. Okay, regardless if you guys are voting for Lindsay, I think that's good because now I'm not as much panicked as before. But I still think you guys should work with us. Okay, we understand the reason because you saved me last time, and I appreciate you for that. This is our thanks. We're kind of flipping the vote onto Lindsay. Yeah, but Lindsay's in my alliance. It doesn't really help my cause. It makes me feel a little bit less stressed. But if Lindsay goes, then I'm just gonna go next round. You guys can't really save me. I guess that makes sense. I guess we're gonna have to have a private talk about it. I'm thankful that they're not willing to vote me out right now. I don't know if I can trust them, but I guess since Jim and Phoebe were there and I trust them the most, I'm willing to believe it. But if they just vote Lindsay out, I'm gone next round. They can't save me. So I need those 2 to work with me still. And hopefully the reasons I've given them can get them to flip and vote Steve out. Oh, I'm just so nervous. Why? Well, I'm just struggling with trust issues, but all things aside, are you willing to work with Steve and me and Lucas and Carl and maybe Jim and Phoebe to take out Lindsay? Sarah, I'm voting for Steve, I'll tell you that. I'm not willing to work with him. Okay. I don't know what to do then because, we might be voting Lindsay or Mike, I don't really know, so it might not go very well. It doesn't matter if we're on opposite sides. It kind of actually works in our favor because no one's going to actually see us really working together. So it's going to be 6v4 or 6v4 for us, depending on if Jim and Phoebe stick with us. I just feel like even regardless if we're on the wrong side of the vote, I actually kind of think it will help. Interesting to say that. I'm happy that Marjorie's still willing to work with me as a duo, and it's somehow reassuring that the fact that we're on separate alliances, people won't really see us really working together. I don't think I have a name. I don't think my name's out there. I don't think her name's out there, which is perfect. So if everything goes according to plan, me and her will be here on tomorrow. And that's great because me and her can start still working together and make something happen. And I understand why she's not going to work with us, because she doesn't trust Steve. I mean, I'm not going to try and force her to vote for somebody she doesn't like, work with somebody she doesn't like. But tonight, the power is probably held between Jem and Phoebe, because, it's going to be an interesting vote, but I think we've got it down. Welcome, Widow, to the first Merge Tribal Council. Okay, Lena, how does it feel to win the first immunity challenge of the season? Great, Jeff. To have this necklace is just so amazing. I mean, when someone else wins it, which hopefully doesn't happen because I want to win them all, they'll know how great this feels. Okay, Mike, with this being the first merge tribal, is there going to be a little bit of pressure on? Oh yeah, definitely, Jeff. I think there's a lot of pressure on tonight, because if you look back at last season, it was a big merge tribal. I mean, you come in, lots of trust issues going around, lots of paranoia, and paranoia can lead to different votes than you thought. So I would not be surprised if the way I thought it was going to go down, it doesn't actually go down that way. Sarah, what is the most challenging thing about this game, in your opinion? Like Mike said, kind of trust going into the game is quite difficult, because if you trust somebody that you shouldn't have trusted, it can screw you over. If you don't trust somebody you should have trusted, that can screw you over. And so that's what I've been struggling with. Lindsay, how do you actually feel? Because this is a merged tribe. You've got 9 different people who could want you out. How do you feel? I feel nervous. I haven't actually heard my name, but if everything goes the way I think it's going to go, then I should be okay. Lucas, are we in for an interesting vote? Maybe. I actually really don't know, because, I feel like I'm in a good position. This is the merged tribe, okay? Anything can go. Okay, with that, it is time to vote. Steve, you'll start us off. Lindsay, I'm sorry you have to go home tonight, but this is just the vote we had to make in order to make sure we move forward in this game as a group. Lindsay, I hope you go home. If not, I'm scared for my life. I'll tally the votes. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play it, now will be the time to do so. No? Okay. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. Person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, Lindsay. Second vote, Lindsay. That's 2 votes Lindsay, no votes anybody else, 8 votes left. Third vote, Steve. That's 1 vote Steve. Fourth vote, Steve. We are tied again. 2 votes Steve, 2 votes Lindsay. Fifth vote, Lindsay. Sixth vote, Steve. We are tied again. 3 votes Lindsay, 3 votes Steve, 4 votes left. Seventh vote, Lindsay. That's 4 votes Lindsay, 3 votes Steve. 8th vote, Steve. We are tied again. 4 votes Steve, 4 votes Lindsay, 2 votes left. 9th vote, Lindsay. It's 5 votes Lindsay. 10th vote. And the 7th person voted out, the first member of the jury, Lindsay. Lindsay, that's 6, that's enough for tonight. I'll need you to bring me your torch. Lindsay, the tribe has spoken. It's time for you to go. Well, congratulations to the 9 of you for surviving your first merged tribal council. It's crazy to believe we only have 6 more votes to go. Good luck to the 9 of you. Grab your torches and back to camp. Good night. Well, I'm just sitting here now, I'm thinking, where did it all go wrong?
My best estimate is that I wasn't probably the intended target. I reckon maybe Lena was meant to be the intended target, and then since Lena won immunity, it just seemed fit to vote either me out. But I don't know why they would have picked me over someone, say, like Mike. I didn't really do much. Well, much at all, and I was going to, but I'm obviously don't get that opportunity now, and that's what really annoys me, and I just got to get over that.
I am annoyed because I didn't think I was that much of a threat to be voted out this early into the merge, and I thought I had more game to play, but I guess people voted me out because, well, I truly just don't know why.